So I think there's people like me out there that see the magic in numbers and what it can produce for your lifestyle, for your children, for just happiness. I mean, money matters when it comes to happiness. And I just do, I just rank everything on the basis of happiness. And I find that money is really up there in terms of what creates happiness.
I believe these are God-given gifts and given us to be a blessing and help to others. So talk about how you've taken that gift and you're a blessing and help to others as it pertains to multifamily investing. And in particular right now, you talked at the Best Ever Real Estate Conference here a month ago on stage about the challenges that are ahead and or right now with those who over leveraged and didn't diversify and maybe overpaid for properties when maybe they shouldn't have via the 1031 exchanges, or just or a little bit more overextended on some of these investments, and what's happening right now according to those numbers that you talked about.
So, knowing math, right, and understanding math gives me a better look into the future. Perhaps it gives me 6, 12, and 18 months. But personally, for myself, it gave me the ability to look at when I would retire. And I was absolutely unhappy with what I saw there. I live in California. I was a technologist with a massive salary, but I wasn't keeping much. I was basically just giving it to the man. There were years when my tax bill was 53.4%. So 53.4% of my salary was going to the IRS. So I felt like when I projected this forward to a retirement, all the comforts and the money that I'd gotten used to, I wouldn't have. At the point of retirement, I would basically have to drop my level of living. And so I was like, what is going to prevent me from doing that? Well, the first thing was taxation. And so I went around asking lots and lots of questions, doing lots and lots of math on taxation. And it became obvious to me that real estate was basically just different from any other thing. The only other area in which I see the same benefits is oil, but oil is very risky. When my math brain does the risk on oil, the risk reward doesn't work out. So I started doing real estate, and I did real estate for 10 years as a technologist, using my own money, bought dozens of homes for myself and my family, got to the point where my taxation was under control. And that allowed me to make investments that I wouldn't have made until 10 or 15 years later in my life, because the money was going to the IRS. Well, now I was basically investing in real estate, not paying taxes, then using that money to invest more in real estate. And I basically got to the point where at the age of, I think it was 39 and a half, I'd replaced a technology salary of over $300,000. So when you replace $300,000 with passive income, it changes your life. It changes everything that you see. And so I said, this is something that most people don't know. I see all these technologist folks, they don't understand that they're basically just working for the man, and they will take a massive hit as they get older or as they lose their job to their standard of living. And I became convinced that after 10 years, I'd learned enough and I wanted to share it with other people. And that's why I created a course on a website called udemy.com. There's 11,000 nerds taking that course right now. It's real estate data science, and it allows you to pick the best cities in the United States for real estate investing. You can pick any 2 random cities and immediately rank them in order of which one's better for real estate profits. And that course, I thought maybe 100 people would take it, but as I said, there's 11,000 people taking this course. You type in UDEMY space Neal Bawa, and you'll see people taking it. It's got over 1,000 5-star reviews. So I think there's people like me out there that see the magic in numbers and what it can produce for your lifestyle, for your children, for just happiness. Money matters when it comes to happiness. And I just do, I just rank everything on the basis of happiness. And I find that money is really up there in terms of what creates happiness. And so today, I have 1,000 investors. They've invested $280 million with me, and I bought $1 billion of multifamily. I'm giving them lots and lots of depreciations, which is knocking down their taxations. I'm giving them profits, but I'm also using numbers to not engage when I shouldn't be. In the last 2 years, my peers bought 6 to 8 properties. I bought one. Because I could see that the mathematics was not working. So this conference that you and I met for the first time, we've talked many times, but we met in person. I was presenting they opened the conference with my presentation called Crisis Bootcamp, How to Save Your Property, because people have basically overpaid by 30 or 40%. And now I'm using math to show them how to save their property so that their investors don't lose all their money.